Mia, for coming on. Let me, I'm still trying to figure out how to mute you back out. I think I can figure it out.
I can do it. I'll mute myself.
I did figure out how to use this Mac finally, so thank you, Mia. There's some awesome input. I really appreciate you coming on. I'm going to bring on next is Brenda Gagne. Brenda, hold on a second. I'm such a perfectionist. I'm going to make sure that everyone can see your name there. Hold on. And as I'm trying to figure out how to actually unmute her here.
Unmuted.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Beautiful. Awesome. So, Brenda, you and I met. I know you've been in the industry for quite a while as well. Quite a while, I guess. You're a veteran if you're in the industry more than 6 months now. But I know you're a real veteran. We actually met for the first time in this past July, I think it was, at Hoberson's Leadership Branding.
It was in April, actually.
In April. That's right. You're right.
The first time, yeah.
I've taken so many trips to Vegas and elsewhere this year, I don't really remember.
Well, I was looking back. I was looking back the other day, and I thought, oh, okay, that was in April. I was trying to do a little timeline thing. So yeah, I just looked.
So yeah, if you want to tell people a little bit about kind of your experience online. I mean, going back to Mia. Mia has done as much as 13,000 in 3 days. You had your first $6,000 day just a couple weeks ago, I think it was. So you've had some pretty darn good success, if I might say, online. So if you can kind of just take people kind of where you've been in the past, your experience from ground level up to the aspiring guru that you are now.
Sure, absolutely. I've actually been in the network marketing industry for little over 3 years, actually, but I just hit 1 year online. So I've only been doing this online for just a little over 1 year. And like Mia, actually, I didn't even understand that there was a possibility of using the internet. I was introduced to that at a Super Saturday, actually, when someone said that they were building their business online. And I thought, oh my gosh, how do you do that? So me personally, I was introduced to the entire industry through Lead System Pro. So I have to give kudos to them for teaching me the entire aspect of what you can actually do in the internet, because before that I literally had no skills. I knew how to shop on eBay. That was all I could do. So using that as a platform to learn and basically doing exactly what it was telling me step by step, because I'm very logical, and I said, okay, there's these steps, I'm just going to go do them. Didn't see a reason why it wouldn't work for me if it was working for other people. And through this last year, it's definitely been a lot of ups and downs, but I have to attribute that to exactly the little graph that you put on here, because the ups and downs were because I was basically out there on my own. Even though I had the system, I was out there on my own trying to figure this out. So I can relate to a lot of the people who are out there struggling because they can't quite put all the pieces together. Because I would be, even though I had the system that I was using, I was looking at everybody else, trying to figure out what they were doing in their marketing and where they were sending me to if I went to this site, and what they were promoting. And there's so much hype out there that you don't really know if that's how you're supposed to do it, if this is true, if this is legit, or if you think this is real and this is how you do it, and then you learn 4 months later that that's not really the right way to do it. So that's why there's so much struggling out there. So I really understand why it's so hard for people to actually figure the online marketing industry out and try to build your business that way, because it's very hard to learn from other people if you don't have the duplication already put in place and you're learning from your sponsor that this is how you actually do it. And it's not their fault. They're probably learning from somebody else that's learning from somebody else, and it really matters if you're learning from the right kind of person. And so exactly what we're talking about today, what you're bringing out, is so important, because I saw this need a little while ago. I mean, I was so annoyed that it was so hard for people to start having duplication, that I just would listen to people over and over, and they all had the same struggles. And I thought, there's got to be a better way to do this. So through my personal coaching, I was helping people, technically, like, how do you actually set up this stuff, because you got to learn how to do it technically, but also the psychology of it, of the entire funnel. I mean, it's a whole new thing to think about. So if you're not, I was teaching people how to do that, and then I realized that, a lot of people don't know this information. It's just not out there that much. So I kind of made it like a personal mission of mine a few months ago that this information really needs to get out there. I mean, people, there should not be this secret about how to work online marketing. The gurus shouldn't be the only one to understand how it actually works. And all of this hype needs to get pushed aside so that we can get down to the nitty gritty and learn this stuff.
Right, and I think one of those two big things that I think that you just said that should be really huge paradigm shifts for everybody here. One of the things that you said about 2 minutes ago was when you were talking about you were just getting online and you started to go and click through other people's websites to try and figure out, well, if I click here, they send me here. Okay, if I put
Oh,
my
yeah.
email, what's the first email I get? So if you guys aren't taking that kind of a step in your business, you're still the consumer part of the business opportunity. You're not the leader yet. Actually, I hate to say that. You're not necessarily not the leader. You need to be taking a much more proactive role in looking and analyzing it, this kind of stuff. So this way that when you're looking at somebody's sales funnel, you go, oh, that's why they did that. Well, let me see, why did they do this? Oh, that makes sense. So if you're actually kind of putting other people's businesses under a microscope, that'll actually help you figure out this kind of stuff and also help you come to what the concepts that we have come to is that you need to have a deep sales funnel. And the second thing I was going to say is you also mentioned the fact that people don't know how to set up a sales funnel. I mean, we go online in our network marketing businesses looking for leads, looking for a way to generate leads for our business. Before you know it, we're introduced to ebooks and blogs and autoresponders and sales funnels, and most people are like, well, geez, what the heck do I do? How the heck do I set this kind of stuff up? So Brenda, what kind of tip do you have for them, or what's kind of your takeaway here with the possible here merging of online and offline?
It's interesting. Even when you started talking about offline just to me through our conversations, it has still never even entered my head because of the fact that it didn't work for me in the past. And I thought, I don't want to go back out there and do offline stuff. But then through our conversations and stuff that we've talked about, it's completely different. It's merging the philosophy of what you're doing online and just using it offline. And now it's extremely powerful realizing what you're actually capable of doing it if you do it the right way and merging it together with the technology that we have. Oh, it's going to be absolutely huge. And that's one of the neat things is that you have to be able to know how to do that. So, even if you say, okay, I can go out there and do that on my own, I can start doing these things offline and I'll send them to a website. If you really don't understand the full scope of how you should actually be doing it and integrating it into the funnel, then it's really just not going to work and you're not going to have the same results. So, it's a really great concept. So, I mean, I really applaud you for doing that, absolutely. So, I mean, that's the one thing that I want people to take away is make sure that you are whoever that you're following, whoever that you're learning from, is that they know exactly where they're going and how they're going to get there, and they know how to teach it to you also, because that's just really important that you're following someone who's already had the success that you're looking for. So.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, it is.
So, we're a little over your time here, Brenda, but that last point there I think was really pivotal for some people to be able to really understand that you need to be part of a team that knows where they're going, and if the leader that you're joining their business and they've been in 3 different businesses in the last year, it's really difficult to try and follow that same path if you know that you're going to need to join another 3 businesses in 6 months too, along with them. So, Brenda, I hate to cut you off here.
No, that's great. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Bring on Steve Young because I want to make sure Steve can get in here. Steve, are you there?